And today I'm going to show you my 5 steps to creating a high converting landing page with real client examples that you can steal and swipe today. 98% of businesses don't seem to understand this one simple thing when it comes to creating winning marketing campaigns. And it's this: effectively, your ads and your traffic is totally worthless unless it converts. The thing is, most businesses waste tens of thousands of dollars in ad spend and energy and resources to get the click, but they have no idea or strategy on how they can convert that click into a lead or a sale, effectively rendering their traffic absolutely worthless. Hey team, my name's Conlin-Hurd. I'm the co-founder of the post-click agency Persuasion Experience, and in my career, I've launched over 500 landing pages and funnels. Number 1 is congruent above the fold. We need to make sure that we understand where the click is coming from, and what was promised to get the click is matched above the fold. Above the fold is before somebody starts to scroll. So what we need to understand when we're creating this is 1, the temperature of the traffic. So as an example, often Facebook is a colder temperature of traffic, but email, if they've opted into our list and have a relationship with us, is a warmer or a hotter type of traffic. So you have to understand the temperature, and you have to understand where they are in their buyer's journey. So here's an example: BuildTX, which is one of our clients, they're Dallas's top remodeling and additions firm. Somebody is actively looking for this. Somebody is in the market to remodel or put an addition onto their home, which means that we give the offer of a design consult, because that's the next logical step. And in the ads, that's what we're offering, right? So that's what they see in the ads, and then that's what we show them straight above the fold. Alternatively, with Linktree, we were doing a Facebook ads campaign, and what we realized in the buyer's journey was that people didn't actually know on Facebook what a link in bio tool was, but on Google Ads, they did. So we needed more education, and what we could do is then match what the conversation is in their head and use their language, use that on the ad, and then also make it congruent above the fold. So instead of saying the number 1 link in bio tool to put everything you want in one spot, what we can do is say, help your followers discover everything you do with 1 simple link. That is using more basic language that enters the conversation, and that was mirrored in the ad for the congruence between the click to the above the fold. Okay, so let's look at an example for CRMs and this CRM for small business. So I've typed in, my searcher intent was CRM for small business. This ad says CRM for small business, CRM for small medium business, but where does it go? It goes here, a CRM you'd actually want to use. So what, who cares what's in it for me? We can see here, I'm a small business owner, we'll say. Well, I am, but I also typed that in, and I want a CRM that helps me to achieve what I want to do as a small business owner. After the click, there's nothing in here about small business or how it helps small business, and there's no copy that really resonates and shows that they understand the problems that I have as a small business owner, so that they can position Monday as a way to help me to get to my dream outcome of where I need to go. Okay, so once we understand the traffic and we know that it's going to be the searcher intent or what's going to get the click, the next part of the page is our messaging and our positioning. So if you went and asked 5 different people or 3 different people, depending how big your company is, what do we do, who do we do it for, and what are the results we get, I betcha you'll get 5 different answers. Now, why is this a problem? Because that means customer support, sales, the CEO, HR, account managers, whoever it is, they're all putting out different information that is not going to be congruent with your core messaging. And effectively, what does that mean? Well, there's no way your market can understand what you do. So on your page, you need to make sure that you have a very clear messaging and positioning, not just about why we're better, but why we're different. So when people are going through that buyer's journey and comparing you, we're making it as easy as possible and removing the friction of doing business with us. Okay, so when it comes to your messaging, there's kind of 2 components we can clear off, right? The first is your core brand messaging. So what you want to do is very much distill this down: what we do, who we do it for, the problem it solves, and the dream outcome or the result that it gets. Now, you don't use this verbatim per se, like everywhere you do it, but then every single team, whenever they're making something, This messaging is always going to be congruent, like a golden thread throughout everything that you do. And oftentimes this will just become what is above the fold in your headline as well. What we do and how it benefits you. 3 value bullets, boom. Now we're clear, and now we're always iterating that, as opposed to a CRM you'd actually want to use. So what, who cares what's in it for me? It doesn't show me how this is going to help me to get into my dream outcome. I get it, or what they're trying to do, because CRMs typically suck and no one wants to use them, and it's a huge headache for like every client that we work with, because most are grandfathered in and they hate them. But it doesn't actually describe how you're going to help me as a small business owner to achieve what I want to achieve. So that's what I mean when we're talking about messaging. What messaging are we putting across, and how are we standing out from the noise and differentiating ourselves? The other component is having a clear message hierarchy on the page. If we look at this template as we go down, we typically use the PASS system, problem, agitate, solve, with a lot more proof in there as well. This is a very basic version of our template. So at the top, we show that we understand their problem, right? Whereas if I look at this page, it doesn't really show that they understand the problem that I have as a small business owner, which means that they can't really position their CRM as a vehicle to take me from my crappy before state into my desired after state, because they haven't demonstrated they actually understand what my problem is. So on our page, we don't want to have the best stuff at the bottom, and we also want to make it really, really clear. We often use these kind of like big benefit statements where you understand the feature, but you don't just slap the feature on there, right? Then you have the benefit and the contextualized benefit. Let me show you for this legal client landing page. So we have our distinct differences, or our feature, right? Quality advice from real employment lawyers. So what, who cares what's in it for me? Why should they care? Your business can't afford to follow the wrong advice. Get quality advice from a dedicated lawyer for your business. We are not generic HR advice. We are trained lawyers with 5,000 plus employment cases under our belt. So it starts to connect the chain of logic of why they should care, and you can inject that into your page. Remembering that marketing is just inputs and outputs. So if you take the time to figure out this messaging and this positioning, then you actually know what to put on the page. Okay, so the next thing then, once we understand our messaging and our positioning, is that we can start to write in a style that we call brand response copy. Basically, think of your landing page like your digital salesperson, right? You want the page to persuade and motivate someone to take action. So a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want my copy to be too salesy. Well, don't think of it as sales copy, think of it as persuasion copy. And that's why we call it brand response. Direct response is like a hardcore, think of like infomercials, but wait, there's more, you get steak and knives. So what we've done is combined that sales copy, because that makes money. The infomercial market is worth billions of dollars, and combining it with authentic brand voice, so it doesn't feel cringy, but it's still going to make you money. You don't want it to just be some online brochure. So a tip when you're writing your copy is remembering that there's a difference between what somebody wants to hear and what they need to hear. So let's take Linktree as an example. If we had have just said the #1 link in bio tool, nobody would have cared, right? Because that is what they maybe need to hear, but it's not what they want to hear. We have to enter the conversation going on in their mind, which is their frustration about only having one link in the bio. Another tip is that you don't want to try and oversell. You don't want your marketing to be doing too much, because every point in your funnel, remembering a funnel is just every touch point somebody has. You have it by default. It's not optional. So every touch point has a goal, and that goal is to get somebody to take the next step. So you don't want to be overselling in your ads. The point of the ad is to get the click. You don't want to oversell in your emails. The point of the email is just to get the click. And on a landing page, the point of the landing page is to persuade and motivate them to take the next step. As an example, Build TX. We aren't trying to oversell on this client, and we're not trying to get them to commit to a $100,000, $200,000 remodel or addition, right? What we're trying to do, what are we really selling on this page? We're selling the value of the offer. So we're selling the free design consultation. If you want to write good sales copy, I always recommend just go and record yourself like you are talking to somebody one-to-one, and you want it to feel like it is one-to-one. So go and record yourself, get it transcribed, and that's always an awesome place to start if you're getting stuck with writing the copy. So the next step, now that we have the above the fold sorted, we have the messaging and the positioning, we've started to write the copy. Now what you want to do is make sure our page is littered with social proof with intent. What do I mean by with intent? Well, it's not enough just to slap a testimonial slider on your page and call it a day and go, well, that's my social proof done. I've seen some absolute shockers where people just copy and paste these huge slabs of text and then they expect somebody to read it, right? But there's much more persuasive ways that we can use social proof on our landing pages to get more conversions. As an example, on this page, we're showing the power of demonstration of what we've actually done. And we've also shown little snippets from their Instagram. So what we could have done was just show the pictures, but we actually wanted to leverage the social proof of their Instagram and their big following on the page as well, because that matches who the target market is. Whereas on this page for Navexa, we've actually used it in a section called Is Navexa for You, effectively. And then we've figured out the common objections or archetypes and then matched them to testimonials. So instead of just having those testimonials in a slider, they're much more powerful when we leverage them to prove a point or a statement or a claim that we're making. Okay, number 5, and the most important element of your page. You actually start here, but I've saved it for last, and that is your golden hippo offer. So when we're creating a golden hippo offer, we want to think, what is going to excite someone to take action? And how can we show them? We're going to help them to get into their dream outcome, that desired transformation. It's not enough to just have sign up, speak with sales, get a quote. These are all really vanilla and really boring, and they're not going to excite anyone. And you need to remember, a weak offer will never ever dominate an industry. On Build TX, our offer, because we understood the target market, we figured that out, pain points, their hopes, their dreams, their fears, and we knew where they were in their buyer's journey. So we could create an offer, and there's a case study on the website if you want to check this out, is the Champagne Design Consultation with Dallas's top remodeling and additions firm. Apply for your free design consult. Now, when I looked at all of their competitors, sometimes didn't even have a call to action on their page, or 2, it was really vanilla, like chat with us. That's not exciting, that's not sexy, that's not going to get me to take action. So what we do with our offer then is start to stack the value. So speak with us before you waste another minute. A lot of the copy leads into this. So we'll show you what's realistic for your budget, what time frame you can expect for your project, the next steps to take and whether they can work with them or not, and the key money pits to look out for when selecting a contractor. We knew all of that because we front-loaded our work on our research. So to very quickly show you what is our template or our format so you can take this, we literally have the title of the offer, the dream outcome. We usually give a premium bonus or a tangible thing. And then all we're doing is flipping a problem or a goal into a bullet and showing how they're going to come off better off than when they went into the call. This is relevant for any industry. You just want to very clearly stack the value. Russell Brunson talks about this a lot. A lot of Dan Kennedy, everyone talks about this, stacking the value so that it becomes irresistible, but it also needs to help to obliterate objections, solve problems, or get them closer to a goal. So oftentimes your offer, you can actually split it out to be more valuable into bullet point. Hey, just before you go and watch some cat dancing or another crazy Mr. Beast video, I've got something to give to you. All of the most successful businesses in any industry are dominating with this one thing. It is a golden hippo offer. And I've just launched my Golden Hippo offer workshop. It has quick, actionable videos to walk you through my exact proven system. It has all of the plug and play templates you need to create and deploy your industry dominating offer. And I've just launched it for an insanely low amount. You can find the link in the comments and in the description of this video. And it's already getting students results like this.
And I've got to say that I learned more about marketing.
About my conversions from like 7 or 8% to about 12%. Some days I'm hitting 50% lead gen conversions.
To get you a lot of leads, scale your business, yeah, I would definitely recommend this workshop.
More about sales, more about getting great offers with a golden hippo offer.
One of the biggest wins for me was to come up with my own offer that I'm going to be testing with my audience. And I think it's going to be a really good offer.
Than I have in my entire 42 years on this planet before then. Thank you guys so much. It was a very tiny investment on my part, and you guys helped me get 7 clients during those 4 days. And at $3,500 a pop, that's a pretty good ROI for you guys. So thank you so much.
Remember, change your offer, change your business. Click the link in the description or in the comments below, and I'll see you on the inside.